Hey everyone, this is Big Benedict. We're on the Invisible Bear chapter. This is Ghost Recon Future Soldier on the Elite difficulty. So as we start this chapter, we have to walk very cautiously up this way. And we're going to have to just sneak around the tank up ahead. So even though you see me sprinting here, anytime I see that circle over my character, I need to slow down. What was spotting me actually were the tanks down the way, or the one tank. So it says no alert allowed, so you need to use the suppressive weapon that we have. We don't have a sniper rifle yet. I don't think you can get one either in the briefing room unless you maybe have that weapon from earning it in the challenges or things like that. I do want to speak about the EMP grenades in a minute after I talk about how to do this section. All we're doing here is we're killing 4 guys. I believe it's just 4 guys, and then we're going to ignore the final 3. But it just depends. These guys here, if you take too long to get up here, then they'll be a little ways down this arcade up here. But if that's the case, don't even worry about it. Just have your teammates kill them for you by tagging them. But I didn't choose the EMP grenades for this chapter, and one part it suggests that you use EMPs to disable the camouflage of the enemies that are using that to mask themselves from you in the environment. Over here, just take out these 2 guys. There might be one more guy, but I didn't choose the EMP grenades, and I kind of regretted it while I was playing it, but we've already faced camouflage foes before. It's not absolutely mandatory that you have those grenades. In fact, I just don't even like to bother with those grenades. So, as you can see, there's actually a lot of guys around that tank too, and even 3 guys over to my left on the bottom, but just ignore them. We're going to get a checkpoint over here, and you're going to have to do some climbing of stairs. And then we're going to actually get a sniper rifle, which I would advise you just keep for the rest of the level. And I don't know, something about this level is just taking forever. I'm still not done with it, but probably by the time I get to the next audio recording session, I'll have finished it. And it's just one of those things where I'm sure this chapter is relatively long, and then the last chapter probably won't be too long. I was checking out some videos just to see how long it took people to beat the final chapter. And anyway, we're going to be doing 2 stealth kills up here. First off, so you can just sneak up behind one of the guys and then sneak up on the other guy. But what I did, I think, was I did it a little more cavalier and risky by just shooting one guy and then grabbing the other guy really quickly. It was just for to show off a little bit, or maybe it was just simply to do something different. But a couple parts in this chapter are really tough, and I just don't like some of the situations you're put in. And it all pretty much boils down to the fact that I never am able to see enemies. Never. I'm always like the last person. It happens in life too. It's just like, just point me in the right direction. I'm sick of looking for something I can't even see or find. And I have perfect vision, 20/20 vision. I don't have to wear glasses or contacts. It's just that the enemies, they blend into the environment. You have to use your sensor grenades to locate them. Sometimes, for me anyway. What was that? No. Anyway, the president's going to arrive in 7 minutes. We have to take out all these guys, and this is a perfect illustration of me just not even knowing where these guys are. It says secure. See the little orange circle? So whenever it says secure, that's the building you need to focus on. There's 2 buildings we'll be focusing on, one over to the right. And this isn't too bad. You get a lot of wind flare because we're so high up here on the skyscraper.
They're repositioning.
Hold on 1 second.
In that building. I'm pinned. Stand by. I'll clear him.
I thought I heard a bump or something, somebody crashing into something. I swear, it's silent whenever you're not recording a commentary. It's utterly silent. Nothing's going on. The second you sit down and hit the record button, just things start happening. It's just so ironic, and I think it just happens to piss me off. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe it's the heat getting to me, but fuck.
I'm reloading.
But I swear, I get texts, emails, people call me, people try to fax me, people try to come in my room. It's just, and then when I'm not doing it, nothing happens. I don't get any texts, no faxes, the phone never rings. Nobody wants to talk to me in real life. It's just when I sit down and hit the record button. Hate that. It's so fucking annoying. God, but this is annoying too. These guys keep moving around this building. You've got the wind resistance messing up with your aim. And I didn't have any issues getting killed here. It just takes forever trying to locate these guys. And there's even one part where a helicopter comes in and he knocks some of the letters off the building, and then we have to shoot around the letters. It's kind of really stupid. But some of these billboards, I think they're actually advertisements in real life that I've seen. It's kind of interesting. Because there's one with this woman who's pulling up her shirt, and she's, I mean, there's like text over where her breast would be, and I think I've seen that advertisement somewhere. But anyway, I don't know if you could try to find it. There it is, right down below. See where I'm at? Have yourself a nice masturbatory fest if you want to. I was watching the Daily Fix today, and they have this Canadian woman on there, Naomi Kyle, and there's so many horny people on there every day watching her videos. And today, like, it was these fucking, I think there were a bunch of like fanboys too on there, but you could see her reflection because she stands on the camera, and you could like see her reflection, and everybody was getting all riled up because you could like see her reflection and like the back part of her, and it was a blurry reflection, and all you could see was that yes, she was wearing shorts, and you could see her ass kind of, but it was blurry, and I'm like, who the fuck? I said this in a comment. Who really fucking cares about this? It's blurry. Yes, she's wearing shorts. Big deal. What do you think? It's so hot these days. Someone's got to wear shorts. I mean, what do you expect? And then someone's like, is she naked? It's like, come on, man. These fucking,
Where is he?
I don't know. Just these I don't know. They're not noobs. I don't think they're fanboys either. They're just these. They just want to jack off to any woman they can see, but, and I would too. I'm just saying, you know, I'm not above doing that, but I'm not attached to anybody right now because the last relationship I had, bitch tried to steal all my money. Not steal it, but just use me for money, and you know, that's wrong. And I don't want to call her a bitch either. I'm just saying. But yeah. Give me a break, you know. Some blurry reflection of some woman's ass, maybe in shorts. Come on, she's an attractive woman. Don't get me wrong, but they're just, I don't know. They're trying to find something provocative, and you could find so much more stuff provocative even on YouTube.
We're closing in on Bukhara.
These damn, I think they're noobs. I think it all boils down to people being noobs. And a few videos back, I was referencing my buddy Kokoro Master, and I don't know him like personally, but I played with him once on Sigma. We had a good session together, and this fight's really tough. Let me go back to that Kokoro Master. Am I saying that right? Kokoro? I don't know. I know if she's a dead or alive character. Kokoro. Yeah, that's what I remember. One enemy. Okay, this part here, EMP grenades. But, okay, so see, camouflage, but you can see them fine. You don't need EMP grenades. But, my friend, Kokoro Master, what did he say? Remember that story I related to you back in the Snow chapter where I had read on his feed that he was calling someone out because they thought that the trial of Archimedes was hard, and he was telling this one individual come on, only a noob would think it's hard. Even someone who's not even a God of War buff would think it's not hard. And the guy said, yes, it is hard. Your opinion is invalid because it took me 3 days to do it. And that's so stupid. But anyway, I told him, I responded to his, because I thought his, I don't know, just some people, when I see their comments, they're funny. So I responded to him and I said, yeah, these fucking noobs are a real problem. And he said, what did he say? He said something like, well, there's one thing about that guy that I admire. He doesn't swear too much, hardly ever. Never in text. And I applaud that, and I try not to, you know, if I see someone that's not swearing, I think to myself, maybe they don't want to talk dirty, so I try not to use too much profanity. But when I get mad or something, or, you know, I start using bad words, and it's, you know, I'm gonna go to hell for that. But what did he say? He said something great for a response, and I laughed. Yeah, I think he said something like, let me look it up right now. I'll find it. So I like to know exactly what people say. I'm looking at my inbox on my iPhone in the YouTube messages. Does it even have it? Nah, it deleted it. They delete. It's so horrible. Anyway, he said, like, you know, fucking. He didn't say fucking, but he said, like, something noobs. They don't know what's good for them. Like they're just swine or something, which they really are. Well, I shouldn't say that. Not noobs, but like more like fanboys. But anyway, the YouTube app on my iPhone is the worst thing ever. It started out to be really good. But the one thing I don't like to do, since I have to be on the computer so much for my job, and I have to do, you know, have to be on my computer to edit these videos, what I don't like to do is respond to people on comments on YouTube on my computer. So I like to, you know, just, you know, in my car or on the couch or while I'm laying in bed, I just like to reply to people on my phone, my iPhone. That's why you might see my messages as PMs or personal messages or something like that. But this new iPhone, the update that they did a few months ago, you cannot go to. I'm talking about the mobile version of YouTube. You cannot go on any video. You cannot go on any page and respond to somebody's comment. You cannot respond to somebody's comment on any page on YouTube. You can leave a comment, but you can't respond to anybody. It's like the most basic fucking feature of YouTube, and they took it out. And I put in a complaint on the mobile site for YouTube. They never responded to me. And some other people, I think there's been like 25 people that have been echoing the same complaint. But, you know, take some other feature off the thing that's not the fucking most basic thing that you do on there. Because the thing I like to do, I like to have when I respond to somebody who's commenting on my own video, I like to have it noted that I replied to them, and I like for other viewers to see that I replied to them. Not only to see that that I'm not just some phantom who publishes videos and never responds or talks to people, but also when I answer a question, if somebody else has a question, and they see my answer, I don't have to answer it twice. So I do have to repeatedly answer questions the same question over and over again if I can't simply leave my response on my own page. So what I have to do is click on the desktop for when I go on my iPhone. I have to click on the desktop for YouTube, and it takes a long time. And most of the time I'm uploading videos, so it's just a joke, a big joke. But I could still, you see, when I get a message in my inbox, there's two options. You could press reply or delete, and I'll reply to the message. The person who replied, they'll get my message, but there'll be no reflection that I responded to that on the comment page. So it's just frustrating.
Deploying sensor.
Because, like I said, if somebody else has a question, then they could read what I wrote, hopefully, and have their question answered. So I don't have to keep repeating myself. Plus, I like to have, a lot of the things I write, I just want them to be viewed. And
Alright, we're taking control.
I don't know. So there's my YouTube rant, but so many things about YouTube it's really broken. Not only is it hard to earn money on there, but such brokenness on YouTube, it's not even funny. I suppose I'll need to give illustrations of that, but I don't really feel like it right now. I feel like getting faced. Taking a couple of drinks or something. It's hot enough for it. Damn hot. But anyway, the next fight after this took a long time. Because it was one of those situations where I'm just saying to myself, I'm sick of playing this game. And I hate to ever have to admit that about a game I'm playing and doing a guide for. Because just by inference, me posting a video and a guide for a game pretty much is saying that I recommend the game and I suggest you play it. So I don't like to say that, I'm sick of playing this game, but I'm just really sick of the loading times. And one other really bad feature about this game is, and it's really nitpicking, but when it says restart from checkpoint, or if you ever want to go into the options, when you press the confirm button, like the X button to go into the menu options, it never gives you feedback that you press the X button. So, like, you'll press X, and then like a couple seconds later, then it'll go to the restart from checkpoint, and it's just so bad. Things like that just drive me crazy. But tough fight coming up. Just a long fight and just no checkpoint. And I've said in other videos that the fights aren't hard here, but people are shooting me through cover over here. The thing is, I'm shooting them through cover too. They're just doing the same thing I'm doing to them, and I don't like that. Cover should not. I'm talking about destructible cover. That's fine, that could get torn up, but you shouldn't be able to one-hit kill somebody from behind a sandbag. Not even Gears of War pulls that kind of shit on the player. So I took those 3 guys out, and this is going to be a long fight, a really long fight, because I'm really tentative at times, especially when you get. This first wave is simple though. I mean, all you got to do is clear up these stragglers whom we have left after doing that synchronized shot kill. And I also have the assault rifle. And make sure when the armored utility vehicle comes in the halfway point, make sure you press up on the D-pad to use the secondary function of this assault TAR-21 and use the grenade launcher to immediately take it out. And in the second wave too, see, you'll get stun locked a lot too, where you're just getting shot up by bullets, you're trying to move, go back and cover, and before you could do that, you're just dead. There's a bunch of guys. Okay, so now I'm going to throw frags because there's 2 weapon supply caches, but I don't think it matters. I think you could resupply anytime you want to. So it's not like you have to, save up those supply caches. Okay, did somebody else? Maybe somebody else shot that guy. There's no way I could have shot him through the side of this building and a car. But as far as like how I like this game and versus other games, I think this game is much better than Spec Ops: The Line. It's superior also to Dead Space 3 that I played recently. But mostly I'm comparing these games to shooters. But I enjoy Gears of War and Uncharted better than this game. but they're in different genres. The problem I have up here is you have to go over a tripwire point, and the piece of cover that I go onto is really bad for, first of all, just sticking to it, and second of all, is there 3 waves here? Okay, I triggered the tripwire point there, or tripped over, excuse me, I walked over it. You don't trip over anything. So I think there's 3 waves of enemies here, because we haven't even gotten to the tank yet, and there's no checkpoint. And this right here, that's pretty cool, but admittedly, like, you can't shoot when you're in that position. And also discovered something that I was kind of complaining about, but it was me being ignorant of something. The problem was, in a couple chapters back, I wasn't able to activate my HUD and switch weapons, or switch, like, grenades with the HUD active, and that's because the enemies were throwing EMPs. That's the exact reason why they're doing that. And that's why I was unable to use my devices. So... okay, so took that guy out. I also watched an Alpha Omega Sin video today, and my brother initially recommended that guy to watch, and something about him didn't really set with me too well. He's got the long hair, kind of punk rocker persona, but he's well spoken, and he's a good personality. It's just that some of his own rants are a little too explicit, that I just don't want to hear that kind of stuff. So he talks pretty graphically about stuff. But I watched one of his videos. His videos are kind of growing on me a little bit, but I don't think I'll subscribe to him. Yeah, you might be thinking to yourself as you watch this, like, why I'm so far back here. It's just because I'm trying to finish this game by tomorrow night. That's my goal. You know, at least finish the gameplay, but I'm sure I could do the commentary too. Finish it all, wrap it up by 5. Wrap it up by at least maybe 3. And then when I start, then have a nice Saturday with starting my Ninja Gaiden 2 campaign. And a lot of people might say, or actually one guy did, the guy from Canada that I referenced in my last video, he asked me if I'm burnt out on that game, Ninja Gaiden 2 that is, and he actually said after that, but he said he knows, or he suspected that he knew the answer, wink, and that was cool, because I'm sure he knew what I was going to say, which was, nope, never going to be burned out on that, never have been, and I never will, never intend to either. So, yeah, so Ninja Gaiden will always be a very, it'll always be focused on this channel, and it'll always be covered in some respect, like everything about that game, and the other games too. So, okay, so here, it's always going to be featured, because I love it too much, and I could actually make money on those videos, but I would do that for free. I'd play that game for free if I had to, because I'm doing this guide for free practically. Okay, so we're coming up here, and this is where the tank comes out, and this is like the safest spot that I found to stay just initially. So take this thing out just immediately with your grenade launchers. It just takes one shot. These guys will get out of my goddamn way. Okay, so that thing's destroyed. Then you probably want to back off. Just run from cover to cover very quickly, because there's nothing worse than making a lot of progress, almost getting into a checkpoint, and then dying. Someone just sent me a message on my Ninja Black Chapter 1 video, and they said, "Hello, here's a question in this video. It's shown everything. I mean, the Nimpos, Demonsia weapons, and everything absolutely all there in the game.
Watch your right.
It's funny. Nah, not everything. Close to everything in that game, but not everything.
Got it. Stay on it. We're breaking them down. 12 plus.
Guess I'll type that right now.
Heads are out. Dead ahead. Smoke one. We gotta move.
Okay, are we dealing with the sniper guy yet? Oh, we're dealing with the shield guys. You might want to use your grenades on those guys, because it'll just instantly kill them. You don't need to worry about having to go behind them and getting... I got up here once and then just died. It was ridiculous.
They're moving. Right ahead. I'm hit. 1 second. Knock it down. Total black.
Man, it's just so hot. So damn fucking hot. Nothing brings out my temper or my anger, but more than the heat. Now, I'm not one of those people that hits people or gets pissed off, but I do get mad, like every other person in life. But I try to be as nice as I can to people. But sometimes the heat just breaks me, boy. Fucking breaks my spirit. And I just can't wait. I love winter so much. It doesn't snow where I live, but it gets nice and cold. When I go outside, I love to see my breath as frost when I breathe out.
Knock it down.
So I think winter is... Summer just kills everything, but winter kind of... Just, I don't know, you could... I don't know, it's... Winter kills stuff too, but...
I'll get you clear.
Like, you know, I don't know. Man, it's just... Nope, I don't know who likes to be hot.
They're up on the roof.
So I actually prefer to be cold. But it's that thing, when it's summer you want it to be winter, and when it's winter you want it to be summer, because you just want the opposite, whatever it is. But
We're losing time.
and that is sometimes the case for me, but generally I never wish for summer. Never ever. So there's the last guy gone.
Back on me.
We got done with that section. Now we're moving forward here. And I'm going to go back to the weapon cache and resupply my weapons. I don't think there is a limit to how many times you can access this thing. So that's going to give us more frags too, and it's also going to give us our grenades, that one grenade that I used, so I'll be able to get back that I lost. So I think we head down the subway now, and we'll be going on to the next engagement. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next section. We're going to take out this tank. Need to wait for my team members to all arrive first of all. So press the up button on your D-pad to go to this grenade launcher. And this is kind of funny because it took me, I don't know, this is the second one I fired. Let's see. Because one time I came here, one shot, bam, it's dead. So that's the third try right there, didn't take. Now I'm aiming at like the main part of it and also at the turret part of it too. So we're going to also have another long confrontation after this, after we finally destroy this thing. And then we're going to have just a quicker couple of fights after, and then we'll be assassinating the president finally, and then going on to the final chapter. So we're going to go into this restaurant over here, and there's an ammo box for you to have. Resupplies occasionally, but I like to stand behind the counter because you're going to get enemies flanking you a lot, and I'm not necessarily referring to this checkpoint. This checkpoint is not too bad. It just says destroy, and we're going to, where does it say destroy? Yeah, because you are going to need to take these tanks out. So let's see. Yeah, killed it in one shot. I don't know. I did notice I had a little red light on the reticle that time. Maybe it's a matter of where you aim it, but it's okay. We already passed it. We are going to have to do it again with another truck. It's going to be coming in. One truck's going to crash right into through this restaurant. But what's going to happen here is you're going to have most of the enemies be stationary, but 3 or 4 times throughout this fight, you're going to have runners. So just make sure that you stay behind cover. And right here is not really the best place to stand. If you want total security, just go behind the counter, because then they can only flank one way, to the left, and they don't go over the counter or anything like that. One issue I had was one time the guy was coming up right next to this trash can where I'm at right now, and I was reloading and it went into the melee action because it confused what I was doing, and just abruptly put me into the melee kill, and then I got killed by the turret. So this is going to be broken up by a nice checkpoint, though. That's what makes it manageable. So we're just holding and killing right here, holding our position until we can kill everybody. And this has turned out to be quite a long chapter as well. Not as long as the previous chapter. Or, excuse me, not as long as... Which one was the 50-minute chapter? Chapter 9, I think. Yeah, so just a couple of close calls. See how it went into the melee when I was reloading? You might want to just go behind the counter, because this is really close to where everybody's at. The checkpoint's going to happen right over here, though, in a second. I think that was the last guy. So just go back to the counter. You got the checkpoint. Resupply before, and have your grenade launcher activated. If you want to, there's also another choice of how to do it. You could have it not activated and just use the gun itself and take care of the enemies until the tank arrives. You don't really want to mess around with using the grenade launcher to take care of any flankers with the grenade launcher, because the splash damage will probably get you killed in this narrow space behind here. But they're only these flankers. You just want to really quickly take them out. And behind the counter, the only way they can get to me right here is to the left. So I think the tank with the gun on it, with the mounted gun, is already here. And if it's not here, it's going to come very, very shortly. So you're going to see me constantly move. See, there's a flanker right there. I didn't give him enough time to get up to me that time. But you're going to see me move the right analog stick constantly to the left to make sure I'm not getting flanked. And at the time when I started to seriously start destroying the tank, I had nobody left to kill. It was just the tank, and it was really easy. But it was another one of those situations where I just kept taking so many bullets to take it down. So one issue here is you don't want to crouch and shoot. It might destroy. It might actually end up killing you with the splash damage. So make sure you're behind cover and then just fire off a round, because it's not advisable to not be in cover while you're firing, because you can't get back into cover quickly enough. They get stun locked by the bullets of the turret. And these computer consoles kept getting in my way as well. But I think this was the point where I think I secured all the whole perimeter. You know, all the guys, everyone's dead. I just need to destroy the tank. And I pumped so many grenades into that. I mean, I shot so many grenades. Right there, I got killed or hit because I was trying to get some more ammo. It was resupplying me, and I couldn't get it in time. So I'm going to have to do it really quickly. I don't think you have iframes during that process, but you could. It seems like you might, but sometimes I do get hit. I don't know if it's damage that I'm receiving directly or just, you know, some bullets flying from somewhere else. But I don't know if this was my fault, because I was staying back here, and every time I had the target, it was orange, meaning that I was hovering the gun over the. See, it was hitting every single time. I don't know what the hell's going on here. So at some point, I restock my ammo and go a little bit closer to the tank. So there's me restocking, and now I'm probably going to hop the counter here. Pretty soon. But at this point, no more enemies are left. We killed all of our. We killed everybody. You might also want to press the R2 button while you're hovering, the reticle over the tank to make sure, or perhaps even if it's possible, prompt your teammates to use any grenade launchers they have. I don't know how effective that is as far as actually working as a strategy. So I don't know. You know, I'm aiming right over the tank. Maybe I'm not hitting it. Maybe I need to aim higher. See, that's what I was trying to do over here sometimes, and try to have the grenade go at more of an arc. So it could have been my fault, but I don't know. I was wisely cautious over here because I didn't want to die and restart the checkpoint again. I'm sick of restarting the checkpoints. I'm just tired of this game. That's all. That's the bottom line. And it's a matter of me being impatient, is wanting to wrap the guide up on my own schedule. So there I am, out of bullets, trying to throw frag grenades. Hopefully that'll do something, but of course it does absolutely nothing. So what I'm going to have to do is go back and get some more rounds. And there's me assigning all my teammates to focus on that thing, as if there were any other thing to focus on. Sometimes I wonder about these games, because they should know to focus on that thing. Maybe even bust out their own grenade launchers.
Overlord, convoy's out of commission.
Okay, so I got dodged the dot right there. Nice little perk. And we took it out. It's dead. They must have killed it. So, good job for them. Now we're going to regroup. And if you want to restock on your supply, I would recommend it, because you don't want to restock at the next part, because there's a battle ensuing right when we get to that part. But it'll definitely be handy to have these. The weapons they recommend in the briefing, I've never had an issue with them. They've always been weapons that are very good. Except one time it was recommended to me to get the shotgun, and I don't think that's a good recommendation for the level it was on. Now, I don't recall which level it was, but anyway, we have some fixed gunners at the end of this, at the other side of the building. We've got a couple of these guys in the camouflage, so if you do want to use your EMPs, go for it. But I can see them perfectly well. This will be the last fight that we do in this chapter, as far as a full-on confrontation. And do you get I don't think you get a checkpoint here anywhere. But a minute ago, you saw me desperately trying to shoot that guy through the shield, and it's just, I don't think it's possible to. You've got to have your teammates focus on him, and you've got to use your rocket launcher. See, they took him out for me. So there's another go. There's some more camouflage guys. So this assault rifle works pretty well, because you can use your grenade launcher if you want to, then you can quickly tap the up button on the D-pad to swap over to the regular burst fire. And I think that, zooming in on the character like that when he's under suppressive fire, that's pretty cool. In fact, if you listen to the IGN review, I think it was that review, not the GameSpot review, but they said that it's like an aesthetic that you never get tired of. But on this difficulty, I have tired of it, because I don't like it. I don't like not being able to shoot, and it's just a moment of it's just always a moment of suspense. And I know that's exactly the feeling they're trying to emote, or have the player emote as he's playing the game. But I mean, you can't even shoot, you can't reload, nothing. It's like the flashbangs. Although when you do get stunned by those, you can still reload. So feel free to use everything here. Everything, because you're not going to need it on the next part. All you need is some standard bullets to take out the president and his henchmen. And this is just another one of those, situations in the game. Those seemingly just unending situations where I can't see anything. So a lot of the times you just see me, I just stop moving, and my character won't move on the screen, and I'll just run my eyes back and forth across the screen just to see anything, just to see movement, or to see muzzle flares, or to watch in which direction my teammates are firing. So I think we're almost done with this section, but I heard another fixed gunner down the way. So where is that guy exactly? I couldn't see him, but that's no surprise. There's somebody. So I'm just tossing sensor grenades really liberally here because I know I'm not going to need them. We're going to get a new loadout when we go to the next and final chapter. And this chapter, by the way, is called something Bear, Invisible Bear. I don't know what that refers to. Maybe it's maybe the bear is a Russian, some kind of an animal that they hold in high esteem. But and then the next chapter is called Shattered Mountain. It's a cool title. Haven't got there yet, but we're clear here. So are we clear? Almost clear. Yeah, now we're clear. And I'm gonna go ahead and head back and get the ammo box. But there's an ammo box near the elevators, so I didn't know it at the time, but this was my first time. This always has been my first time through the game. Oh, so what I did actually here, I have my what do I have? I have I think I have the grenade I have the grenade launcher activated. And then when I got into that when we were doing the siege, I shot a round and I shot nothing because I had my grenade launcher on and I had 0 rounds for it. So I was able to get out of the situation without any hassle, but it was just kind of humorous, and you'll see it up ahead. Because what's going to happen is the president's going to get secured in his office with all his underlings, and we just need to take him out. And all I had to deal with was 2 underlings, and then it was just shooting the president, then moving on to the next chapter. Okay, cut out a little bit of the cutscenes and everything, but all I need to do is go on the circle, press the X button, and then you'll see me draw on a blank round here because I have no ammo, so I should have been more prepared here. See? Blank. So I need to switch weapons, and I was able to press up on the D-pad very quickly and just take out these thugs, and then take out the president behind his desk, and then we'll have swept up this level. I'll see you guys in the final chapter.